I first read Laura Ingalls Wilder when I was 6 years old. I got the box set from my mother for my birthday. So I loved it from first read. So I was pretty obsessed from the very beginning. And it's kind of interesting because I've had one of those things that I've tried to pick apart why. And I think my theory as an adult is that I loved how Laura Ingalls Wilder was always useful. She always had something to do. She always had a task. She was always integral. She was always smart. She always had ambition. And being a suburban kid, I was mostly just bored and in the way. But I realized that every Laura Ingalls Wilder town, honestly, when I first read the books, I didn't think of them as being real. I grew up in this small town in Alabama, and I was like, Pepin, Wisconsin, that's not a place. The Dakotas, that's not real. It doesn't snow that much, not really. I don't even know what that is. So then you finally look on a map, and you go, oh, De Smet, South Dakota, it's a place. And then it turns out just about all of these towns have a historical society, and the original log cabins have all, long disintegrated, but they've rebuilt them. Well, probably De Smet is the favorite because it houses most of the books. So most of the books take place there. And also you just kind of get this awesome prairie experience, right? Suddenly, for me, growing up in the South, it's just humidity and kudzu and bugs. And then suddenly you're out on this big, huge prairie and it sounds like the ocean and the giant blue sky. And you kind of get that thing where you just feel like you're swimming almost. And so I think that just intense prairie experience for me was really magical. Later, I was still kind of compiling these experiences and thinking about it and kind of wondering, like, what, if anything, did come from this trip? Like, was it maybe just I went and saw these places and it was cool? And I think it was kind of two things. I think one was I was very cowardly and scared of things, and I think doing things makes you brave. Like, you get brave by being brave. So I think it did make me more brave, taking this trip by myself and just kind of experiencing people and wearing this prairie dress and having people think I was weird and all of that. I would say the other half was, I think I learned that you can pick up and start over. Like, when I start the book at the beginning, I'd been in the same job, in the same place, and I just basically had been stuck ever since I graduated from college. And I hadn't moved or done anything for 20 years. I was still waiting tables. I was like that hipster at the coffee shop. Everybody's like, oh, there's Kelly. She knows how I like it. And then I kind of started moving because of Laura Ingalls Wilder. I went out west. I took this trip. I went to New Orleans. I applied to graduate schools. So I think that I learned that I'm braver and I can pick up and move. Because Laura Ingalls Wilder picked up and moved over and over. The irony being they were always constantly trying to get this homestead, and they were so optimistic, but then there was always grasshopper, plagues, and whatever. Also, eventually, through research, you learn that it's actually impossible to raise a successful wheat crop on 160 acres, despite what Uncle Sam told everybody.